In 1978, there was a man living in Japan named Junji Inagawa. Junji was an actor, director, and scriptwriter, and he also hosted a radio show. One night, while he was at a radio station hosting his show, he suddenly heard screaming. Junji immediately went to check what the issue was. The screaming was coming from a singer who had come to the station to perform. The singer told Junji that while his song was playing on air, he suddenly heard the voice of a woman. This woman had been a huge fan of his, but had passed away. The woman was calling his name. The fact is that this was not the first strange occurrence at this radio station. Such bizarre events were common there. For Junji, this was not something new. He had a strong interest in such events and had spent a significant part of his life learning about ghosts, magic, and other paranormal phenomena. After the incident at the radio station, Junji called for a taxi to head back home. The singer, still shaken from hearing the voice of his deceased fan, was with him, and Junji was taking him home. As the taxi drove through the dark streets, something strange caught Junji's eye. He saw a girl floating in the air, right in front of him. Junji shouted,
"Can you see this girl?"
But no one else could see her. The girl was flying alongside the taxi, but only Junji could see her. It could have been a hallucination on Junji's part, meaning the girl might not have been there at all, just an illusion created by his mind. Junji tried to shake off the incident and moved on with his life, but the strange encounter remained with him. This was just the beginning of the story. A little while later, Junji was working on a project, a theater play that he was directing. The play required a doll as a prop, and when Junji saw the doll, he was astonished. The doll's face resembled the same girl he had seen floating outside the taxi. In fact, the doll's features, including its clothes, were eerily similar to her. Junji couldn't understand how this was possible. Soon after, strange things began happening at the theater that scared everyone involved. First, the creator of the doll disappeared mysteriously. This person had also been making other props for the play. Despite extensive searches, there was no trace of him. After that, the writer of the play experienced an even stranger incident. His house caught fire and was completely burned down. But the strange occurrences didn't stop there. One of the workers involved in preparing the play's props, who was responsible for the doll, also suffered a tragedy. His brother died in a car accident. These could have been coincidences, but as the rehearsals for the play continued, even more bizarre events unfolded. Items would mysteriously get wet, wigs and other props would catch fire on their own, and several actors were injured during the rehearsal process. It became clear that something unsettling was connected to the play and the doll. On the other hand, Junji had realized that there was something deeply wrong with both the play and the doll. He had encountered such strange occurrences before, so he made every effort to put an end to the play. However, the problem was that a significant amount of money had already been invested in the play and the tickets had been sold. When the day finally arrived for the performance, something incredibly odd happened. The actors in the play suddenly couldn't speak properly. Their tongues seemed to be twisted, and they were stumbling. It felt as though everyone involved had been paralyzed. After all these incidents, Junji Inagawa revealed to everyone that he had seen the girl floating, and the doll's appearance resembled her. The story quickly gained widespread attention. Junji locked the doll in a coffin and named it Akaninja, meaning the living doll. But the media wasn't ready to let go of this story. In 1979, a Japanese TV station invited Junji and the doll to their studio. During the filming, the lights in the studio suddenly went out and fell, and technical failures began happening. Everyone in the studio started feeling nauseous, as if they were about to vomit. The show could never even begin. Junji later went on several TV shows, but this time he took copies of the doll with him to ensure no further problems occurred. It is said that eventually, Junji gave the doll to a friend because his life began to spiral out of control. There are rumors that, after some time, the doll disappeared, vanishing without a trace.